What is happening, everybody? It's the Miami Football Fanatic here again. In today's video, just wanted to discuss who you'd rather have on the team. Linebacker Tremaine Edmunds and Roquan Smith. Two incredibly talented guys, and two guys who you couldn't go wrong with taking. Alrighty, so let's get to it. When looking at who the Dolphins should be drafting in the first round of the 2018 draft, it's hard to look past linebackers Roquan Smith and Tremaine Edmunds. Linebacker has been a major need for the Dolphins for a number of seasons now, and drafting one of these guys would be a major step towards solidifying that position. Pairing either of these guys with Roquan McMillan would make the unit just absolutely, truly dynamic. Just think about that as a Dolphins fan has to get you hyped for the season, and the possibility of seeing that out there on the field. Now, the main question when looking at these guys is who you'd rather have on the team. And in my opinion, you really can't go wrong with taking either one of these guys. It all comes down to preference when envisioning the kind of linebacker you want on the team, and also how well you think they'll fit into your defense and your scheme. Whichever linebacker you select, Edmunds or Smith, one thing is for certain, you'll be getting an elite linebacker that can make an immediate impact on the field. Edmunds and Smith are both incredibly explosive athletes and comparable when looking at their ability on the field, but near opposites when it comes to body type and just how they're built and prototype. Roquan Smith is much more compact package at 6'1", 225 pounds, but that doesn't take anything away from his physical ability on the field. Roquan is just a straight up beast on the field. He's built similar to Deion Jones of the Atlanta Falcons. He was a major former college wide receiver. He's got elite athletic ability and the intelligence to match. His football intelligence has been compared to Luke Kuechly, so that's incredibly high praise right there. Luke Kuechly's been the best linebacker in the league pretty much since he's been drafted, so that is incredibly high praise. Tremaine Edmunds is the kind of freak I've never seen before at linebacker. Tremaine is a much bigger athlete at 6'5", 250 pounds. Edmunds, he's so incredibly explosive and quick for a guy his size. He truly is unique, and most probably has the ability to be a full-time edge rusher in the league too. But I think that would be a waste of his talent. You can just tell his linebacking skill and movement on the field is just absolutely incredible. It would be a waste just to use him as a forward rusher. He also will be 19 years old on draft night, which is just absolutely insane. To be able to dominate on the field the way he does physically at 19, it truly is just special. And obviously, being so young means he's got much more room for development and maturation. Not just physically and filling out that giant frame, but also growing as a football player and just learning how to play defense in the NFL. Roquan has the same opportunity at only 20 years old to do the same. Plenty of time to develop as a player, and plenty of time to become an awesome NFL linebacker. When looking at these guys on tape, one thing is definitely for certain: they both can do it all as linebackers. They've got amazing closing speed. They're both incredibly powerful tacklers. Their wrap-up technique is just textbook, and they both almost always take ball carriers down on first contact. Both of the guys can blitz incredibly well too. They're awesome blitzers, using that speed and acceleration to get to the quarterback. This past season, Roquan had 6.5 sacks, and Tremaine Edmunds had 5.5 sacks. But keep in mind that Roquan did play 2 more games, so gotta take that into account. Like in the last college season, in coverage, these guys are no slouches either. They can cover almost anyone on the field. They're both such supreme athletes that they make one-on-one coverage look relatively easy out in the field. I mean, they just possess so much speed and ability that it's just they're going to be absolutely great in coverage in the NFL. Roquan on multiple occasions last season was covering some of college football's fastest receivers down the field, and that just gives you an idea how fast and freakish of a linebacker he is. And as I mentioned before, he is a former high school wideout, so he's just got all-world athleticism. I expect Roquan to run a 4.4 40 and below. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he ran a 4.3. He's a similar athlete to Ryan Shazier of the Steelers, who ran in the 4.3s during testing. Tremaine, I think, is more of a 4.5 athlete, but I wouldn't be surprised if he ran below that. I've never seen a linebacker his size run around the field the way he can. It truly is just incredible. Now, one thing that's working in Roquan Smith's favour is his experience, and experience playing in big games. Playing in the playoffs and national championship game was huge for Smith, and he truly did shine in those moments. Making incredible impact plays that helped Georgia to advance to the national championship. Tremaine obviously hasn't had the same chance, playing for Virginia Tech to be in those kind of games, but he still went up against high level competition in the ACC, going against teams like Miami and many others. One knock against Edmunds is that he sometimes is a bit slow to diagnose a play. His instincts can be a little off at times, and he relies on his athleticism a little too much to make up for his mistakes. But that's expected from a player his age. I mean, the guy was playing at a high level at 18, 19 years old, so you can only expect that. I mean, most college players aren't even playing when they're that age, so most guys are playing their most ball when they're 20, 21, 22 years old. So Tremaine at 19 was just an absolute phenom as a linebacker. And he does more than makes up for his faults with his physical gifts. So that shouldn't be a problem his first year in the league. I don't see many faults when looking at Roquan's game. That's just the honest truth. One thing you could critique is his size, but I don't see that being a problem in the league at all. He's built perfectly for today's NFL, and he's exactly what you need to combat the variety of explosive offense that you're going to see, especially going against the Patriots and Steelers. Roquan would just be the perfect linebacker to go against those teams. So yeah, that's all the arguments I can pretty much think about for who you'd rather have, Tremaine Edmunds or Roquan Smith. I mean, both guys are just absolutely dynamic linebackers. They are going to be definitely going to be pro bowlers in the league. Just their physical gifts will just definitely going to help them out. Both being young guys, they're going to have much more time, to learn the game. And even though Roquan's a smart dude, he can always get better. But yeah, both are going to be coming in supreme athletes who are incredibly young. Going to have a lot of time to learn, and plenty of time to mature into the players that we all think they can be. So in conclusion, I'm not going to pick either guy. I mean, I'd have any of them. I guess you could pick Edmunds because of his size. I mean, he's much bigger at 6'5", with Roquan being 6'1". But I'd be happy with Roquan too. I reckon they're going to kill it in the league. So that's it for my my little 2 cents about these two guys. Let me know what you think. Which one of these guys you favor, and or if you'd rather a different linebacker like a Roquan Evans or those other guys out there. But I think at this point, Roquan Evans is more of a second round pick. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. As always, fins up, baby.